Hi, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Brave Briefings, where brave men and women come and share their stories or their tips on how we can fight harassment, toxic masculinity, domestic violence, gender based violence, sexual violence, any of those horrors. Oh. So, I want to know, are you brave? Are you brave to come and share your story and your tips on Brave Briefings? Hi, I am Nurse, your friend for forgiveness from Walking Without Skin. And today I have a very brave woman with me. I'd love to welcome Angie Karanja to the show. Hi, Angie.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I am so delighted. Thank you.
Well, I'm so happy that you decided to join us. And later on, you're going to talk to us about the letter R of brave. But in the meantime, let's tell the viewers a little bit about you, who you are and what you do.
Thank you so much. And as Louise said, my name's Angela Karanja, and I am a psychologist. I am an adolescent psychologist. So I work a lot with teenagers and parents of teenagers. And it's really around our minds and how powerful our minds are. And our minds can take us, can advance us forward, or our minds can hold us back. So that's usually my main point of speaking with them. I I get so excited when I go there. So I don't want to talk a lot about that because today it's about brave. And I just want to say I can tell you quickly where I got those ideas of wanting to speak to parents and to teenagers about changing perspectives, changing the interpretations, and changing how we look at things that happen to us. Because in life, things happen, experiences happen. For example, at the moment, we are all being hit by the COVID, and how do we move from here? How those are experiences that we have absolutely no control over. But my main message is, now what? This has happened. Now what? And that's where your brain, your mind becomes so powerful because you can be held by the memories of the past, or you can decide to detach and break free and advance. And your mind can do either. So it's up to you where you direct it, right? So I'm just gonna say, when I was younger, I've shared this with you, Louise. I grew up in a very violent, in a very abusive family. On top of that, we were so poor. So you can imagine, you almost feel that like you have no escape. So you're probably wondering, how does someone come from that kind of environment to being, I am a successful businesswoman now, I'm a psychologist, coming from such impoverished. When I think about it, most of the people I grew up with are dead, right? And because in such conditions, the lifespan is just, it's shortened because of everything that's beating you. So I'm thinking of a time when I was going to school. It's early in the morning. You've got to walk miles to go to school. I have no shoes. I barely have clothes that fit me. But I take one step after another. Why? Because I read in a book that if you can just get this kind of grade, you can go to a school, and in that school, in that high school, there will be 3 meals a day. And for me, that is what was driving me in the rain, in the, hungry. You've got a hungry tummy, but you ignore everything like that. You have a a focus. You have a focus. And for me, taking that step after another, and it takes ages. And where we live, it's I wish I had the directions on Google Map. I'll show you that it's very hilly. So you can imagine it's taking hours for me to get to school, right? But then coming back, it's quicker to get home. But to be honest, I didn't want to come back home. Why? Because it was misery. At least in school, I had hope. I had hope. And that's what took me to school on a day. And just knowing that I worked and worked hard and worked hard so that I could go to another school where I had been told if you went to that school, you would have 3 meals a day, guaranteed. Now tell me, what was the difference between me and all the other kids? What was the difference? I had a mentor, someone. It wasn't, I can't say it was a trained mentor or anything, but it was someone who gave me hope. And that's why I always encourage people, find a mentor, someone who can help you dream bigger. Speak to Louise. She's seen things that you probably have not seen. Louise can help you to dream bigger, to keep on the course. Because I tell you what, sometimes when we are stuck in those circumstances, they can be so dreadful. If you look, you want to be with someone who is going to help you to focus that no matter, if I tell you, my class it was a shock, it was a shock of a class. There were no windows, and then there were so many children that we had to share. You either went under the tree or you were in the classroom. And then when it rained, we all huddled in the classroom because we'd get rained on under the tree. So those are the conditions we are talking about. But then you have this kid who has seen, you have a vision. You don't even know whether, I didn't even think about whether it was going to happen or not. I just wanted it to happen. And I'm telling you, it did happen. Because it does happen if you keep your eye on the ball,
Absolutely.
So,
well done, because you definitely demonstrated resilience and grit on focusing on your goal and a bit of hope. And as a result, you are a great mentor today as well.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I would like,
And the reason, and I like what you say, because of course I've studied the mind, I have my postgrads and all that. That's something. But what I find most powerful for me is the fact that throughout my life, I have been put in situations where I have to demonstrate. And there is nothing as powerful as experiences, because it's facts, it's the truth. You can't contest about what you can see, right?
so talk about how we can turn that to BRAVE. So BRAVE is the acronym for BRAVE is boundaries, respect, agreement, values, and equality and empowerment. So Angie, tell me, how can you help your teenagers and everybody watching this video to be brave?
Brilliant. I remember when you asked me this question, I chose to talk about respect, right? And I'm going to say about respect. Respect for me is knowing who you are, right? Understanding your magnificence, understanding the power within you, understanding just how much potential you have as a person, right? That is respect. And most people, when you talk about respect, they think, oh, please and thank you. Please and thank you is just fluff. Respect is that understanding of self, such that you have so much regard for yourself that you know that you can push yourself to the next level. You can push yourself because you understand your magnificence. And then in knowing that, you know that the other person, for example, I have a lot of respect for myself. And in knowing that I respect myself, I have so much respect for you, Lois. Why? Because I know that I am made of the same substance as you, right? So in respecting me, in a way, in that deep understanding, I know the next person is just as capable, is just as powerful, is just as able. That way, I don't infringe on you. I don't infringe on you. I don't look down on you. I know that you're made of the same substance, this same substance that is forever expanding, forever powerful, forever going. That's the same substance. And obviously, it also depends on how you use your mind to direct that substance. So for me, respect is that knowing who you are, your magnificence, your ability, and your ever increasing potential. And in the knowing of that, I understand you, Lois, as the other person, you're just as capable. You're just as powerful. You're just as magnificent. So where there is respect, there is no looking down on another, neither if they are looking up on another. And what I mean by not looking up on another, what I mean is you don't idolize anyone, because of course there are people who have achieved more than we have, and we can aspire to be in such position, but that doesn't mean you put them in a shrine thinking you have to adore, you have to look at them as, oh, this is something I could never achieve. That's not what it is. But you can look at them knowing that the same substance that the person is made of is within me. Therefore, what I want to become, if I want to become like that person, I can, right? The good thing with life is it's so diverse, right? It's so diverse. Just like the blades of grass, just like the flowers, we are so diverse. We don't have to be like the other flower. I have never seen a rose think, oh, poor me, why am I not as yellow as a poppin? Or why am I not as this as the daffodil? You never see that. But what they do, each one of them, they shine in their beauty, right? They bloom in their beauty. And for me, that is what respect is: knowing your magnificence, understanding your power, knowing who you are, and in the same breath, understanding that the other person next to you is just as able, just as powerful, just as capable. And therefore, when two people have respect, there's never a clash. There is co-creation. There is me admiring the work that you're doing, because I really admire the work that you're doing. But I don't see here feeling sorry or jealous of you. I don't feel sorry for myself. Oh, I'm not doing as well as Louise. I'm not. No, I don't do that. Neither do I sit here and say, oh, that woman, there must be something behind it. You don't do that when you have respect. That's when you know that you have respect. And in the breadth of domestic violence and all that, if we all adopt that, for example, if it's a woman and a man, knowing that, and this is just for heterosexual relationship, when you know yourself, right, as a man or a woman, you have no reason to put the other one down. You have no reason to cut them down, because their expansion does not diminish your expansion, right?
Wow.
So that is what I would say respect is.
I love your take on respect. It's not what I expected. And I really do love that. It's about self awareness, know your magnificence, and know that we're all made of the same substance. So that is excellent. I do love that. Thank you so much for sharing that insight. It really is a very different insight. So thank you. So, everybody, you too can be brave and you can help stop this scourge, this pandemic. You can contact me at Walking Without Skin, or you can contact Angie at Raising Remarkable Teenagers. We'll put the contact details below the video. So, do join us going forward. And I invite you all to be bold, to be brave, and to fly free.
Yay!
So thank you, Angie, for those wonderful insights. And I really appreciate you being here today.
Thank you so much, Lewis. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. And join us again for another Brave Briefing. Bye.